Are you someone working to change the hearts and minds of the people around you? I've learned that one of the best ways to propel your movement forward is to develop meaningful relationships with values-aligned people whose audiences can help amplify your voice. In this video, I'm sharing my top 4 ways to reach out to influencers, build meaningful relationships with them, and getting them to help amplify your voice and movement. If you want more videos about how high-impact people and movement makers operate, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and like this video. I'm Komal. I'm a movement builder, and I've had the opportunity to build movements alongside some really incredible humans. I've worked alongside and collaborated with Rupi Kaur, Oprah Winfrey, and OWN, and the Obama White House to help bring my message of self-empowerment to the world. Now, let's talk about how you can get influential people and like-minded people on board with your world-changing work. Step 1, know when and how to reach out. Sometimes people reach out with their ask right up front. There is no personal relationship developed, and that can sometimes be very abrasive to an influencer. Other times, it's the best way to go about it. It just depends on how you go about making that introduction. If it is through a friend of a friend, getting in a warm way is often the best way to start building a really meaningful relationship with another person, period, regardless of if they're an influencer or not. So be very thoughtful about that first introduction. But if you're at a point where you know the mission in your heart is aligned with this human's work and you just want to go ahead with that pitch, then you have to be very thoughtful about how you're writing that email, how you're making that phone call, and why. This goes directly into step 2, providing value for the person you're reaching out to. Now, I love writing a good cold pitch email to a new friend or a new collaborator or a new business partner. When I reached out to Erin, the woman who became my co-founder and with whom I had the privilege of launching our film Dream Girl, a film about female entrepreneurs that made a real impact on the world, I offered camera equipment to help on set with filming the film. I offered my business savvy to help us develop a distribution model. I wrote that email so that it would be so hard for her to say no and so easy for her to say yes. So always provide value when you're making an ask. Yes, it is something that's deep in your heart that you want their support with, but you also have value for that person, for what they're doing, for their audience, and don't you forget it. This leads me right into step 3. Know your worth. Squash that imposter syndrome in your brain. Influencers and high-impact people, or people who are established in their careers and followings and whatnot, they are not inherently better than you. We are all human beings. Once you realize this, that we're all just human, that we're all just doing the best that we can, it makes connecting to another human being, regardless of their influence, regardless of how much you admire them, that much easier. Remember that you are worthy of this connection, you're worthy of this relationship, especially if your intention is to impact the lives of others in a meaningful way. Is there an influencer that you really want to work with? Comment below with their name and tell me about why you want to work with them. Now, step 4 to reaching out, connecting with, and maintaining strong relationships with the influencers you admire is to nurture and maintain that relationship. If you truly believe in and admire the person that you're reaching out to and want the best for them, don't just make this relationship transactional. Make it lifelong. One of my favorite ways to build strong connections with people is to always be in their corner, to always be supporting them, cheering them on, checking in, making sure they're good, celebrating their highs as if they're your own. Remember that your relationship isn't just about what you need or want from that person or the shininess of what you think that they are. It's about a heart-to-heart connection so that you both can make the impact that you're meant to make in this world. Now, if you want to know more about surrounding yourself with amazing, like-minded humans who are on the same mission as you, then check out my video from last week where I talk about building community in real life and online. And to keep this conversation going, go over and follow me on Instagram where I make daily posts just for you. Now, tell me about a time that you've reached out to someone that you really admire in the comments below. I want to know the story. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be the first to know every time I release a new video on Tuesdays. See y'all next week.